Hey! What's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Somebody getting a fight? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day of another day we call Friday. Anybody been said, what's going on, people? Oh my goodness, it's going to be a crazy day. I have a lot of videos and stuff I kind of want to talk to you about and stuff, so I'm just going to put one on here at a time. Because two circumstances, and the next video is a little bit more different, but I want to talk to you about this. This is really current videos that I have talked to you about before, in reference to the, the trans women in the world of the struggle, as we do. Anyway, before I get to that, hopefully everybody's doing everything as far as being productive in your life. Hopefully you're still knocking down doors. Hopefully you're letting people know that they can't stop you. Hopefully you are standing in your truth. Hopefully you know that standing out is not a bad thing. Hopefully you know that being true to you brings positive things as long as you are true to you and you are self-confident within yourself. Anyway, the man said, what's going to be? Well, I want to tell you about something. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a girl by the name of Meagan Taylor. Now, she's 22 years old. Here's a picture right here. Okay. Now, I don't know if you know about this story, but it was kind of like a retract of a story I talked about in reference to this before. I don't know which video it was, but I didn't really research back to my videos and see, which one I'm talking about. So I'm just going to give you a rough draft update on it really quick. Let me go slower. Now, she went to a funeral, which was in Kansas, and while she was there, she went to this hotel. Now, this hotel is called Drury Inn. Okay. Now, the thing about it is that when they checked in everything, people were doing too much as far as the people that worked there and stuff. They had noticed that they were transgendered. So what happened was they felt as though since they was there inside the hotel, they was up to no good. That old thing called racial profiling due to the fact that there were two black trans women that was together and they went to this hotel. So the staff called police and said there were two males dressed as females for prostitution activity. Now the thing about it was, of course the cops came right away and stuff like that because they wanted to, just arrest them as far as what I can say, because being trans, you're up to no good. Now this is amazing because usually a lot of times you catch the person in the act, but it just took someone's word and it just took it on that action and it just went up there, basically arrested them. So Meagan Taylor, and this is back in around July the 21st is when it was reported, but it was back in 2015, and they did a background check and stuff like that, and they realized that, her name was not, the name that she gave as far as medical did not add up as far as her identification. So, of course, they had the same thing as reference to male as far as, the hotel staff story. So basically still, just because your name that you gave them and the name your ID certain things, which you already know, we talked about this as far as seeing your ID, as far as, your gender. Anyway, so they did a background check and they noticed that when she was 17 years old, she was convicted of credit card fraud, and she served her time for that, and she was, she got fined $500, and they locked her up. Now, the thing about it was when they came inside the hotel, they found pills and stuff. Now, the girls like me, we understand that a lot of hormones and stuff we buy from other girls, we buy from the other trans women. Sometimes we don't want to go through that whole, you got to go to the doctor, which is good, always go to the doctor, but I'm just saying as far as the story. We buy pills from girls who sell hormones and stuff. We know about that life. I don't know if you know about it, and if you're a person who are just looking in, a lot of girls like us, we buy hormones from other girls with some of their hormones. It's by any means necessary. My thing is that everybody has to survive the best way they can. And I understand people say, well, you need hormones, to do blood work and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're not treated like we are like human beings. We're almost treated as if we have animals. And we have another girl that says, oh my God, so that have hormones. And we can help them out as far as, you know, maybe they like a little bit more easier because they have access to these hormones. We do that. So I'm not saying, you know, that's what you should do, but I'm saying this is how we get our hormones. And I'm a person who could say, I've done it tons of times. Anyway, so the thing about it is that, you know, they found the hormone stuff. It was not a prescription hormone, so they use that, of course, as being, you know, this is illegal. You have drugs here that's not illegal. Which is legal to them. You know, anything that they were just looking for any information to get on her. And the thing about it was that it was hormones. It was testosterone blockers, basically, you know, for her transition. Anyway, so the bail was set at $2,000. And what happened was the welcome industry, led by a transgender, which is, we're not going to go into the whole transgender thing, but this is a transgender, allegedly. I don't see her as a transgender. This is more of a female who's, it didn't say trans man, it said transgender, but anyway, is Pastor Meagan Taylor. The reason why I say Meagan because this is the name that she goes by. Whether this is a genetic female. This is not a trans man. This is not a trans woman. This is a genetic female who may feel as though she's not going to what's the word I'm looking for? Identify. She identifies as Meagan. So it doesn't say man Meagan. It says Meagan. So I'm gonna assume that Meagan is non-conforming, as far as, you know, just living her life. Anyway, so Pastor Meagan wrote her. She found out about this whole situation, and she started in the crowdfunding the money to support Meagan. Basically, she started a funding to try to help Meagan get out of the situation. And she actually raised $4,619, which covered Meagan's expense to get her out of jail, you know, from the 8 days. And the thing about it is that she even actually went way over, because remember, it was only $2,000, and she ended up paying Meagan fine as far as the $2,000, and she also paid up the $500 that she got from a prior arrest that was back in Illinois. And she used the rest of the money as far as helping the homeless people, as far as putting towards the LGBT, you know. So basically, Meagan was her savior. She came to the rescue, and she put everything up, you know, and she donated the rest, you know, to help the LGBT and the homeless in the projects, you know, as far as the poverty-stricken transgender. And she always, you know, she fights for people of the LGBT, and she's basically a savior, you know, and she's a minister, and she basically raised the money up to help that. And she also went back to the hotel, and she protested. See that? They protested the hotel for doing this to her, for stereotyping, transphobia, and stuff like that. Well, anyway, make a long story short, Meagan saw her day in trial, and allegedly she sued him, and she settled the lawsuit. Now, they can't give the amount or what the settlement was based on, so we don't know if it's money or I don't know what was you know, what it was, but the lawsuit settlement can't be released due to the confidentiality agreement. So we won't know if it was money or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but that's what it was. But basically, Meagan Taylor lost the lawsuit, so she won her lawsuit, you know. So, and Meagan was not soliciting. So like I said before, she went out to was going to a funeral, and she's actually a hairstylist, and she was going to school for cosmetology. But due to the fact that you're trans and stuff, and stereotyping, you go into a hotel, they automatically put that as far as, you know, doing something that was illegal. So now I don't know if you know about this story, but also back in 2014, there was a girl by the name of Monica Jones. This is, I thought, was a very interesting story as well, you know, and I want to share this with you. And some people already know this story, but, you know, I kind of saw a little feedback in reference to that. But, you know, Monica Jones is a trans advocate. and she was in Phoenix. And she went out hanging with a friend, and they went to a bar, like some transgender do on a Friday, and, they hang out and stuff. But due to the fact that you're being trans, you're going to be stereotyped, you're going to be profiled, and, it's one being transgender, second being racial profiled, and then you're living in your truth and stuff, and then people are going to come after you as if you're some type of entertainment. Anyway, she went to this bar called Cruising on a Friday. And she went and called a Lyft driver. Now, a Lyft driver came to pick her up, and this Lyft driver was on an amp and stuff, as far as, if you want to get a ride from point A to B, it's almost as if, like an Uber car, they come and pick you up and everything, and, take you from point A to point B after all you're paying for it. It's just a ride. It's not nothing personal. It's just a ride to somewhere. And I think I was listening to another trans woman who said she had got a ride with someone else, and the guy started questioning her on, different things like, well, I know what you are and stuff like that. It amazes me. And see, this is the reason why. Let me stay focused. All right. I'm going to finish the story because, Anyway. So the thing about it was that this is in Phoenix, and she went to hang out to this club, it was called Cruise, and it was on a Friday, and it was like a trans water hole and stuff. So the Lyft driver picked her up and everything, and he took her, to the spot that she asked for her to go to and everything. So the Lyft driver decided once he dropped her off, and I don't know who a Lyft driver is. My friend just told me what I've never heard of a Lyft driver before. But a Lyft driver is someone who picks up multiple people inside of their car, and they drop off different locations. It's like a bunch of people inside of a car. See, I've never known this. I don't know it. I didn't know it. I learned it yesterday, and I'm doing the story today, which I find it to be amazing. And the reason why I'm doing the story, you never know, maybe a message that needs to be given out here, because it is the holiday weekend and stuff, and this is something you may need to know if you're listening. So she checked on the amp and everything, and then she got looked up the Lyft driver and stuff. So the Lyft driver dropped her off, and guess what he did? He went on Facebook, and his name was Paul. And he put on Facebook words of caution to the hetero males. Among you, I just dropped off the lady of the evening named Monica at Cruising 7th Tavern. She went to get a ride from him. Now, he done called her the lady of the evening just because she was trans. And it's just amazing. So, she felt uncomfortable and stuff like that. I think she left the bar and stuff because evidently word get back quick, and she felt uncomfortable being there because of what basically he outed her and stuff like that. And the thing about it was, it puts you in a situation where you don't really know what's going to happen to you. It's almost like dropping a dime on someone when you didn't even do anything, but yet still you're being accused of something which you haven't done. And the company said that they don't discriminate as far as the company, the app that she used. And the Lyft driver, they said they don't discriminate against anyone, and allegedly they let him go. He's over with them, but that's what they said. But like I know, a lot of times they'll say anything so it could go away. I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm not saying they did either, but I just don't believe it. That's my personal opinion. I just don't believe that they let him go. I believe he's still out there, and I believe amongst him there's many. Because for someone to me to feel comfortable to contact all their hetero men and put it out there, that means it's more than. So there's just a little information as far as the Lyft driver, for you to be much more whenever you call these Lyft drivers and Ubers and stuff like that, or anyone, as far as let them, and they came out for Monica. It's so sad that you just can't live your life in your truth, and people just stereotype you and just put you in a certain box. But congratulations, Meagan. Monica Jones, congratulations to my sister. I'm sorry you went through that. As far as you too, Meagan Taylor, I'm so sorry, my sisters, y'all had to go through that. But, your story is a testimony for someone else to help them in their life. Sometimes we don't really want these testimonies, but you actually save the lives within your story. And you're helping other people to learn what to look out for, what to be aware of, trust no one. And always stay on your toes, when you're not in your safe haven place as far as your home. And even sometimes, even in your home, you're not even safe. So, you know, I just wanted to put it out there as far as Monica and also as far as Meagan. Just information as far as, like, update as far as Meagan. And, you know, and thank you for the pastor who went out there and, you know, that helped Meagan. You know, you are a blessing within itself. Meagan brought her. Anyway, that being said, it's amazing. 2 names exactly like, you never know. Anyway, so, I'd love to hear how you feel about this story. Did you know about this story? You know, I was a little shocked. I just read this again. It's just funny how you just realize something once you already done it. You know, I had no idea they had the same name. I was like, wait a minute, did I make a mistake? I was a little shocked there for a second. You know, but it is what it is. And, you know, I just thought it was very good information. And it's something you need to think about, you know, when you decide to let someone take you somewhere, or, you know, when you're out here this weekend as far as the 4th of July. Because, you know, we do have a lot of crazy people out here, and everybody's not your friend. I would love to hear how you feel about this. Anyway, that being said, I want to say thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I want you to do, I want you to do the best way that you can, and nobody likes it. And fuck them.